The third learning objective is to use the direct write-off method to account for uncollectibles. There is another way to account for uncollectible receivables that is primarily used by small, non-public companies. It is called the direct write-off method. Under the direct write-off method, you do not use the allowance for uncollectible accounts account to record the expense based on an estimate. Instead, you wait until you determine that you will never collect from a specific customer, then you write it off. You write off the customer's accounts receivable by debiting uncollectible account expense and crediting the customer's accounts receivable. The direct write-off method is defective for two reasons. It does not set up an allowance for uncollectible accounts. As a result, the direct write-off method always reports accounts receivables at their full amount. So assets are overstated on the balance sheet. It does not match uncollectible account expense against revenue very well. Many times accounts aren't deemed uncollectible until the following period. Therefore, the expense is not recorded in the same period as the revenue. In other words, it does not follow the matching principle. As with the allowance method, under the direct write-off method, an accounts receivable that is written off as uncollectible does not die. The customer still owes the money. However, the accounting between the two methods differs slightly. To account for this recovery, the company must reverse the effect of the earlier write-off to the uncollectible account expense and record the cash collection. Short exercise 8.7 addresses collecting a receivable previously written off using the direct write-off method. Gate City Cycles had trouble collecting on its account receivable from Sue Ann Noel. On June 19, 2012, Gate City finally wrote off Noel's $700 account receivable. Gate City turned the account over to an attorney who hounded Noel for the rest of the year. On December 31st, Noel sent a check for $700 to Gate City Cycles with a note that said, "Here's your money. Please call off your bloodhound." Journalize the entry required for Gate City Cycles, assuming Gate City used the direct write-off method. Uncollectible accounts expense, when it was written off, was debited for $700 and accounts receivable was a credit for $300. When the money was received, there was two entries necessary. The first one, we had to debit accounts receivable for $700 and credit uncollectible account expense for $700, which was simply a reverse of the journal entry on June 19th. December 31st is the cash collection. Debit cash for $700 and credit accounts receivable for $700.